Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about the best survivor build on DBD mobile. The reason why I'm making this video is because the playstyle on mobile is different from PC and console, so many people have actually been asking me, Sonho, how do you actually counter killers? Because it's very different, the playstyles, if you compare killers from mobile to PCs and stuff. First, we need to understand why PC and console is different from mobile in terms of playstyle. You see, many players from mobile come from games such as Identity 5 and many other games, right? And they learn their playstyle from those games, their strategies, how to win pretty much. So for example, if I was to play Killer and I was from Identity 5, most percentage of that game would pretty much camp us in Dead by Daylight mobile, because on that game, that's what you need to win. And which is why we need special builds to counter it, and the way to counter that I'll show you throughout the video what is the best build for Survivor on mobile to counter against those killers. It's not only about campers and how to counter them, it's also about in terms of the entire game, not just when you're in the hook, it's also when you're being chased and how to hide, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So my build will counter everything, and I'll show you how, and I'll show you clips, and I'll show you everything, all the proof that you need. And if you watch my streams guys, I always use this build, and as you can see I win 99% of my games because, you know, it's just how it goes, especially when I play with really good players as well, and they also use this build because that's just the way it is. Everybody's using this build just because it's overpowered and counters everything. Dead Hard. Dead Hard is actually one of the best exhaustion perks in the game just because most people use it, and it shows in the game that it's actually very viable. The way that Dead Hard works, pretty much when you're in a chase and you're injured, you have the ability to use Dead Hard by clicking on an icon in the game. So I'm going to put a clip in the screen right now, and as you can see you just dash. Pretty much this is very helpful in terms of getting distance and dodging killers. In terms of when they try to hit you, you can literally just dodge pretty much, so that's very helpful. And if you want to get into a pallet, you can just Dead Hard to it pretty much, you know, it just gives you a lot of distance in general. So it's one of the best perks in my opinion. Second perk that we have guys is called Admiral. Admiral is one of the best perks in the game. The reason for that is because the description says that grunts of pain caused by injuries are reduced by 100%. What this means is that when you're injured guys, you're not going to be groaning or moaning or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? Everything's just going to be completely silent. And that's very helpful because if you're in a chase guys, you can easily lose the killer like this. Just imagine guys, you're a killer and you need sound to find a survivor. Plus, when you're playing killer on Survivor guys, you have a little indicator on top, which I'll put the icon in the screen right now, and that icon is what helps you find survivors sometimes. But Admiral counters that, which is why Admiral is one of the best perks in the game, and on mobile pretty much. Third perk that we have guys is called Adrenaline. What Adrenaline does is instantly heal 1 health state and sprint at 150 according to the description. And in game, it's pretty much if you're injured, it'll fully heal you. If you're on a dying state, it'll pretty much bring you up from being knocked down. And yeah, and also gives you a sprint burst, which is also really helpful. The reason why I put Adrenaline as my third perk guys and not any other ones, I know that I could have replaced Adrenaline with a lot of perks guys, but in this game guys, what killers tend to do is tunnel. Tunnel is when the killer focuses on one survivor only. So imagine you got hooked guys. As soon as you got unhooked, the killer ignores everybody else, but he goes straight after you. And in that case guys, Adrenaline will come in clutch at the end if all the gens are repaired. Because imagine you're in a chase guys, 1 second away from getting hit, then Adrenaline just pops. That would be so helpful, and yeah. Plus the sprint burst gives you a lot of distance if you're in a chase especially, but yeah. It's good to have Adrenaline guys, everybody should use Adrenaline. Like I mentioned before guys, killers on mobile tend to camp a lot and tunnel a lot, which is why I'm bringing in DS as my 4th perk. The way DS works guys is once you get hooked and then unhooked, DS activates and it's active for 60 seconds guys. If the killer picks you up within that 60 seconds time, you can stab the killer in the back and you'll pretty much stun him for about 5 seconds, and in that period of time you can make a lot of distance, you can run away, you can do whatever you want. Which is why very helpful guys, those 5 seconds are viable, especially if you're in a chase and especially if the killer wants you. You can make a lot of distance by going into a pallet or somewhere. Pretty much what it does guys is just give you a second chance. Alright guys, here are the 4 perks that I've chosen, so Dead Hard, Adrenaline, Admiral, and Decisive Strike. All these 4 perks guys are pretty much very popular on every single platform and on mobile. The reason why it's going to be popular on mobile is because, like I said, this game's going to be full of campers and tunnelers on global release, and it's currently in that state, so that's how to counter them, guys. Use this build if you want to win against campers and tunnelers. Last thing I forgot to mention, guys, is that in order to obtain these perks, you'll actually need to buy some survivors. So in this case, you'd have to buy Lori for DS, which is Decisive Strike. You'd have to buy Jake for Admiral. You'd have to buy David for Dead Hard, and you'd have to play Meg to get Adrenaline. Of course, Meg is free, so you don't have to buy her, so you can just play her straight away. And the last thing, guys, I wanted to mention is that my next video is going to be about the beginner's guide, so I'm kind of excited for that because it's very helpful for the beginners in this game, and it'll talk about how to get these perks, who to buy first, who to level up first, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm very excited to share that with you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out, guys.